Hi.
Hello.
Hello, I have made you the host.
Awesome.
And then real quick, while I'm thinking about it, I'm going to find your press. Your press is at literally the very bottom of my list. Okay. So, all right, this is Shannon. Shannon was the creator of those beautiful cards that we just saw. And I have known Shannon since we were little teeny people. We were like 7 in Girl Scouts, I think, when we met.
Yeah, I didn't do Girl Scouts for very long, but
yeah. Just enough to meet them. All the
yep, I got all I needed out of it.
Yeah. Me too. I got like 3 friends out of that. I was done with Girl Scouts. That was good.
Yeah.
So, okay, you have a really unique studio space. This is a kitchen studio, right? A converted kitchen.
Yeah, I'll try to show a little bit. So yeah, it's a kitchen space that I've converted into my studio. Yeah, it's really amazing to have a sink in a studio space. And like to have all of the built-in storage has been really great. Yeah, I went from, like a bedroom studio to then a shared bedroom studio, and so this is like definitely the most space I've ever had, and it's really amazing. Really amazing.
So nice to have space.
Every artist privilege.
Space. Yeah, it's beautiful. I love that. Oh, and tell us about the hood. You told me this cool thing about the hood over the stove.
Oh, yeah. So there is above me a hood to what was a stove, and now it's where my workspace is. You can hear it. It's turned on. Wow, great.
I believe you.
Takes all those chemicals right out.
But it's great, yeah, because it helps protect your lungs by pulling some of the chemicals up and away from, even though it was intended to do this with like smoke from something you're cooking, it can also have this dual purpose for kitchen space. So yeah, it's got like all these cool features just built into it, which is so neat.
Yeah.
So what are you doing in your studio space? You're making prints.
Yeah. So I recently got an etching press, which has been a dream for quite some time. And primarily what I'm focusing on right now are paper lithography, which is an alternative printmaking process on fabric works. So kind of like creating textiles, printed textiles. Definitely very inspired by kind of like the 70s like textile feminist artists, and like that is definitely, I'm like starting to find more and more things there. But yeah, I will sometimes add like embroidery or like kind of figure out ways to connect and like collage different pieces of fabric too. So it's definitely a medium where there's a lot of room to explore and kind of patch all the different pieces together.
Very cool. And you're gonna show us some of this, right?
I am. Yeah, so I have here on the press.
So real quick, I tried to turn the camera on for your press, and your press, we have to respect your press's privacy according to Zoom. So your press has to give us permission for us to see it, which makes a lot of sense, actually, now that I think about it. Like if you had, yeah, you don't want to be able to turn on other people's cameras. What if they were doing something,
That does make sense.
It does make sense, yeah. But okay, here's the press. It is now the participant in our thing here.
Yeah, so I have a print, which I will, after I do the demonstration, I'll show you one that like is all inked up. But it's inked up, it's got the muslin fabric on top of it. And yeah, let's have it go through.
Look at that hand crank.
I know. Before I used to do this by hand just like using a hand burnishing it, and it worked fine, but I did find that the fabric would shift around.
Yeah.
You just like couldn't get as consistent of prints, but I also kind of like leaning into that.
Oh, cool. Yeah, you can already see where it's come through on the back. How neat. Whoa, look how pretty that is. Oh, that's beautiful. Oh, cool. And these are like ferns that we're looking at?
Yeah, so these are, I have kind of, a lot of my recent work has been like walking around and taking pictures of people's gardens, or like just kind of like my space of like what I'm like interacting with. Mm-hmm. So this one is my my partner's parents' backyard.
Nice.
It's they have some ferns back there, so
you gotta use every resource you have, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we sort of skipped this, but we can bounce back to it. What you're using to transfer that image onto the actual muslin is so cool. You explained this process to me the other night, and it blew me away that you could do it with this, because I'd always thought of like the transfer piece to be something more tangible. So
yes.
Yeah, tell us about that.
So I use photocopies. And I'm sorry I'm not like as tech.
That's okay.
I'm getting there.
We're all
but yeah, so I use photocopies. So this is one here that has been inked up, and I use like a oil-based ink. And because oil and water don't mix, the ink attaches to the photocopy, because the toner is like made kind of like of a wax that is melted into the paper. With the laser process.
Yeah, laser.
So that's what the ink attaches to, and then I like wipe it away with a sponge. It's cool because it's like very delicate and very like there's like a certain amount of like things that can go wrong, kind of, and like sometimes leaning into those things is kind of cool. I think I'm gonna shut the press off now, if that's okay.
Okay, yeah, sure, go ahead.
Great.
Bye, press. Bye, press.
But yeah, it's a process I learned in school that I found was one that I could do like without a press.
Right.
Which after school was kind of a big thing. I was like, I still want to do printmaking, but like, what are things that I can do that I don't need to actually like have a big old press for? Right. Which like now I have the space for and I can do, but like, you know, it's been like a decade in the making.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was one that I could do just with my hands. So it was cool.
Yeah, when you're like, I had the same thing happen to me. When you're in school, they have this full studio setup that has like, for instance, I'm a ceramic artist. So I like has the wheels, it has the slab rollers, it has the kilns, you know, like all the things you have right there. There's a glaze room, a room dedicated to glazing. And then you leave and you're like, oh, I have a kitchen table. Right.
Exactly.
Like, still buy the clay. I guess I'm doing this with a rolling pin now. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's one of those things where you have to make that transition, and it's like, this, I was not prepared for this. There should be a class in just setting up your studio. All right. So, awesome. So you've got, these prints are up online on your site, or you've got some prints up online that people.
I do have some. Yeah. I'm still in the process of building a website and getting all of that stuff kind of photographed and up. It's, you know, there's
really good, though. Just so you know, it looks really good. She got so much done in such a small amount of time. So those are up on the website. You've also got those cards. So there's more card sets that can be purchased.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Yeah, I have this run so far is a like primary set. So I've got, you know, a yellow, red.
So cool. Envelope.
Blue. And yeah, they're all like different pieces of prints. So, and it's both sides.
Ooh, I didn't realize they were both sides.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so cool.
So, you know, nice little card sets. I definitely feel like, you know, I'm not the best pen pal, but like I do enjoy letter writing, and I
Yes.
it's been a really like nice thing to do during
Yes.
this time.
Absolutely. Especially right now. This is a great
Mhm.
time for cards. Like if
Yeah.
you well, and we're all in varying levels of like, am I depressed today? I can't even tell. So it's like it's always nice to get a postcard. I know I have friends that send me postcards, and when I get one, I'm like, this is the highlight of my day. So, you know, consider you can do this for your friends by purchasing cards and sending them to them.
Exactly.
Exactly. Another cool adaptation that you are doing to adapt to our current situation is the workshops, the online embroidery workshops. So tell us about those a bit.
Yeah, so that this year has definitely been a year of like building and like trying a lot of new things. And so I started teaching through the Vera Project, which is a Seattle-based DIY all ages space, and like community center. So they have, you know, they would put on shows, they would put on, they'd have like classes and stuff in person. But so now they've transitioned to online. So I've had the opportunity to work with them and kind of build this workshop series called Mono Merch, because it's like a singular merch item that you make.
Nice.
And so I've played in bands for the past few years, Boys and Soar. And for those bands, I would like make embroidered merch, or like I'd make embroidered like show posters. And it's like a really cool, like unique merch item. So the class is pretty much talking about how to like what merch is, like kind of what DIY is as like a community, and like you learn 5 stitches, and then there's like projects, then y'all kind of like work together. I'm on my 3rd cohort right now, and like every time it's like, you know, 5 or 6 people, and it's really nice little community space that is built that you get to know each other, and you share these like works that the things that you're working on, and their discussions. So it's a really nice like a really nice way to meet new people, because I did recently move this year, so it's been hard to meet people. So it's
especially
nice. Yeah, exactly. So it's nice for that. But yeah, I have classes up October and November. They're on Tuesdays from 7 to 7:30 to 8, or no, 7 to 8:30. Yeah, and then I mean, another project that I'm kind of working on right now, or that I am working on right now, is these weekly raffles. And so they are of like the prints that I've made. There's 16 of them. I'm on week 5 right now. So they're going to be going for a while, and they're generally a little bit past a week. But each of the prints are benefiting different organizations or people, different like projects that work specifically with like people of color, like Black and Indigenous, LGBTQ plus. So yeah.
And you're doing different one for each raffle, and this is all on Instagram, right? That's where.
Yes, yeah. This is an Instagram thing. I don't know how to like really talk about it outside of Instagram yet, but maybe I'll work on that.
Well, yeah. I mean, we're all learning new things to approach it. I mean, definitely bringing it to something like this is a great way to push it, promote it. Yes, promote it.
Yeah.
Another thing that we didn't mention when we were talking about your workshops, but so supposing I don't have everything I need to do the embroidery, what would I do then? Do you have something available, like maybe a kit?
I do. Yeah. So in developing these workshops, I've made kits where you get all the supplies that you need, needles, threads. There are little patches, so you get also a sore patch to practice on.
Nice.
And I made workbooks that, oh, where do I have one? I think I left them upstairs. But I do have, there's workbooks that come with it too. So you can like do the learning outside of the screen, which a lot of what we do is on the screen. Yeah. It's really nice to have things that take you out of the screen.
And the workbooks, you wrote the workbooks, right? That was something together?
Yeah.
And
here, I think I have one. I think I have some back here.
Ah, she's got one. And you printed these on your press, right?
What?
The workbooks were printed on the press, right?
No, not quite. But I do have a paper cutter back there.
Okay. They were cut on the paper cutter. Okay.
Yeah. You know, and they're fun. They're all different.
Oh, look at those colors.
Page colors.
It's very zine, you know, that's what it makes
it is.
It's very zine, yeah.
It all fits in with the DIY thing, you know?
I love it. Okay, so I'm posting Shannon's links. This is a link to her shop where you can get prints and cards, and then a link to her workshops. And then she's going to give you her Instagram so that you can take part in the raffles.
Yes, yeah. The winner will be announced Sunday, so it would be, which is tomorrow. So if you can get your donation in for Black Star Farmers, they're an organization here who are like building farms and like spaces for growing food.
Nice.
Yeah.
Black Star Farmers.
Yeah.
Okay, I love it. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you so much for doing this, Gwen. This is an amazing opportunity, and just like really appreciate that you made this space for me and all the other artists.
Oh, I appreciate you.